Kansas. This is KSN News 3 at noon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Carly Willis. Going on right now, the Wichita City Council is discussing cutting millions from its budget. Because of the pandemic, the city is seeing a shortfall of $11.5 million this year. In order to balance the budget, they will have to cut certain services. Those include the privatization of Century 2 operations, among other things. The budget also includes $6 million more for Wichita Police to hire more officers. That drew a large group of people showing support for funding police.
I realized a number of years ago that the police department's what keeps our society together. And without these men and women putting their lives on the line and doing what they do, society would come apart.
The City Council just wrapped up public comment on the budget and are discussing it right now. We'll bring you any updates as we get them. The City Council also expected to vote today on possibly extending the city mask mandate until September 8th. The ordinance is set to expire today. Now, at least one City Council member said he plans to vote no on the extension, while the mayor and others say they will vote yes. This as Harvey County extends its mask order through September 15th. Well, do masks work? Well, the top Sedgwick County health doctor says yes. The county put in a mask ordinance in July. It came as numbers nearly doubled. Dr. Gerald Minns attributes that to the 4th of July weekend. Now, the numbers dropped by nearly 4% since then.
I'd like to see it heading down a little faster than it is. I'd like to get the numbers down substantially before the schools reconvene. We're seeing some results because bars are being shut down right now, or at least some of them. I think that's adding to the numbers. So what's going to happen if they get, I guess, back into their full status?
We'll bring you an update on the city extending the mask order or not on KSN News at 5 and 6. Russia claims it has the world's first coronavirus vaccine, calling it the Sputnik V. President Vladimir Putin says he's already given it to his daughter and it's proven effective. But this comes amid reports the country cut corners in its development. Russian officials previously said phase 3 trials will take place after the vaccine is registered. Well, the pandemic continues to have an impact on Sedgwick County, including its jobs and employees. Some workers have now switched jobs to help during the pandemic. Some employees have transitioned to similar positions, but others have had to learn a whole new job, from passing out PPE to being in charge of ordering goods needed during the pandemic. Some workers say it's been hard work, but they'll be able to take what they've learned back to their departments.
You get a lot of personal satisfaction from the community when they say such nice things about your efforts. I'm happy to take this experience back with me to corrections.
Some workers say they receive many emails from thankful community members for the work they're doing. There are still many jobs available with the county. For more information, visit our website, ksn.com. Well, less than 10% of every Kansan diagnosed with coronavirus has been admitted to the hospital. The KDHE says there are 31,730 people infected since March. Of those, 1,911 were hospitalized. Of the nearly 1,100 people infected since Friday, only 36 or 3% of them were admitted. Well, you may have to wait longer for unemployment benefits. It comes after President Trump signed an executive order to give unemployed Americans $400 a week on top of regular benefits. But the State Department of Labor has legal concerns. Apparently, they're waiting for the federal government to give them guidance. They say Congress needs to pass a bill. Well, resources are on the way to bring a better internet connection to rural Kansas. Kansas lawmakers voted to approve $60 million to improve internet access for Kansans. The measure was approved during a virtual state finance council meeting yesterday. The money is part of the $1 billion Kansas received from the federal government for coronavirus relief. It will help rural areas without service and improve speeds for some communities.
We've got to connect our school children so that they have access should we have to go back to online. And at the same time, telemedicine is just becoming more and more important.
The state has nearly $300 million more in federal coronavirus relief to distribute. That money could go to local governments, schools, or state unemployment. Wichita Public Schools expects to spend tens of millions of dollars more this year than it did last year. The district increased its budget by nearly $48 million. $1 million will go towards virtual learning. The district said more students are enrolling online, but the district is seeing a budget cut for nutritional services. The board will vote on the budget August 24th. Well, students in Hutchinson Public Schools will be in the classroom for the upcoming school year. The school board voted to approve the fall learning plan. Now, most students will learn in person, but the district is offering online learning for parents who don't believe it's safe. If a student or teacher gets infected with COVID, the district has contingency plans.
There's a lot of variables. What we can tell everybody is that we will work in conjunction with the Reno County Health Department when and if that does occur, and we will follow their guidance to a T. It is their job to advise us.
The district is requiring all staff and students to wear masks, along with getting their temperatures taken every day. Well, Saline County investigators will share new details in a 30-year-old cold case. Today, the county sheriff's office plans to release the name of a woman known only as Miss Molly. Her body was found in a creek 11 miles from Salina, just off of I-70. Over a year ago, her body was exhumed from her grave to gain new samples of her DNA. Stay with KSN as we will be following that press conference later this evening. Wichita police and the bomb squad were called out to a building in northeast Wichita near 29th and Broadway this morning. Police say people were cleaning out a building when they found what looked like an explosive device. It was found to be a pole igniter, much like what's found in a flare. The scene was cleared without issue. The water is safe to drink. That's what KDHE officials say if you live in a subdivision just outside Garden City. Nearly 250 homes haven't had safe water for months. They needed to separate the two water lines for each subdivision. Now, the north neighborhood will get city water and the south will get well water, which the state has flushed out.
Just knowing that our customers have good quality drinking water, just peace of mind, knowing that nobody's going to get hurt by drinking our water.
The state will test the water every month to make sure that it's safe. Well, the state of Kansas has filed a federal lawsuit to block the Wyandotte Nation from building a casino in Park City. The Interior Department cleared the way for the project in May. The lawsuit is the latest in a decades-long dispute over the land. Well, the Midwest is no stranger to storms, but today more than 1 million people are without power after severe weather swept through last night. Survivors who are just picking up the pieces today say they're just glad to be alive. Gabe Gutierrez has more from Chicago.
Oh no! It's been a rough day today.
This morning, residents in the Midwest are cleaning up after a devastating storm system pummeled multiple states Monday, leaving more than 1 million people without power.
Come home to this, to a neighborhood that's devastated by what looks like a microburst.
Winds so strong, some saying they saw a possible tornado. This video showing what may have been a twister shredding a roof in Chicago.
It was crazy. It was madness. It was really dark. I was really scared.
Strong winds moved in quickly through the Rogers Park neighborhood, tearing down trees and destroying vehicles. One resident discovering his car had been crushed. Yet in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic, he's still grateful.
I'm just glad I'm okay. I think because 2020, I think, you know what? I think it has prepared us for stuff like this. There's nothing I can do.
The powerful storm system covering hundreds of miles, blowing high winds exceeding 100 miles per hour through Iowa, east of Des Moines, and parts of Indiana and Nebraska. Back in Chicago, residents are rattled but resilient.
I just really pray and hope for the best for every family that's out here living in these conditions right now.
Here in Chicago's north side, the National Weather Service just confirmed that this damage was due to a tornado. Hundreds of thousands of people in Illinois are still without power. Gabe Gutierrez, NBC News, Chicago.
A tense scene outside the White House Monday evening. The Secret Service shot one person. They say the suspect claimed to have a gun and then charged an officer.
He then crouched into a shooter's stance as if he was about to fire a weapon. The Secret Service officer discharged his weapon, striking the individual in the torso.
The suspect and the officer both went to the hospital. The Secret Service did not say whether they found a weapon. Well, when college cancels in-person classes, it's not the only thing affected.